Hey, Sister Girl on films, you don't wanna miss a thing, better stay tuned in. So lay back, get into the vibe, in the mood. Real reviews from a sister's point of view. Trailer reactions, movies and TV. So entertaining and authentic, believe me. So roll that footage, I'm ready to chill. Time to hang out with my sister girl. Hey, Sister Girl on films. Hey, Sister Girl on films. Hey.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Sister Girl on Films. And as you can tell by the title, like I said, am going to start reviewing Put a Ring on It Season 2. So y'all, this is the premiere episode, and so I'll be doing recaps and giving my opinions and all of that good stuff. I usually on this channel, if you're new to my channel, hello, typically I do trailer reactions and I do movie reviews, but I decided to go ahead and review a reality TV series just because, first and foremost, I do watch some reality TV shows, mostly like the love related ones. They're fun to me. I love them. And I always have commentary to give when I'm watching it by myself. And 9 times out of 10, I'm like, dang, I should be doing reviews of these shows. So I decided to go ahead and just take the leap and start with Put a Ring on It. So enough of all that, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this recap. So like I said, it is episode 1, season 2 of Put a Ring on It. We have 3 couples this season. I know last season they had 4. So they trimmed it down a little bit. Not mad at it, okay? So the first couple that we're introduced to is Sean and LaRonda. And they've been dating for 3 years. And Sean, I was actually surprised to see him on the trailers for this show because I've been following Jay Dukes. I think it's 1911. Something like that. I might be lying, child. I've been following him on Instagram for a couple years now. So when I saw him, I was like, okay, I see you. And actually remember when he first started showing him and LaRonda on his social media page, and I thought she was so gorgeous. We get to see more of her on the show, and I stand firm in that. She is a beautiful woman, honey. And so they met on Instagram. He slid them DMs, y'all. Y'all got to check your DMs, y'all. You know, sometimes the man of your dreams could be slipping and sliding in your DMs. I know most of the time it ain't the man of your dreams, though. So Sean says he already has a proposal speech written, ready to go. He just is waiting until he is financially set before he pops the big question. And LaRonda is not buying it. She thinks he's waiting, beating around the bush. She don't know what the problem is, but she is not going to wait forever. I hear that, girl. And then so next we have Alexia and Darian. Honey, they're going to be a problem couple this season, huh? Okay. They've been dating for 14 years, y'all, on and off. 14 years. It's so much to say about them, y'all. I'm just going to slide right past that for now. Alexia is a retired pro basketball player, and Darian was in the rap group Phil Mob. So y'all remember that song, he do a little this, he do a little that, and somewhere. I mess with the words. But they had a song with Sierra, and then they had the one song, I'm singing me a lonely every night with my man, cause I'm with his homies. I'm not a singer, but y'all know what I mean. So we have them, and they've been together for a long, long time. Darian says that Alexia treats him like a king, and she is wife material, but he thinks marriage is going to ruin all of that. And Alexia said, how long is somebody supposed to wait for a commitment? Apparently 14 years, ma'am, because you're still here and this Negro is not committed yet. I'm just saying. And side note, do y'all feel like Alexia looks like Taj from SWV? I think she does. She's really pretty. I think Taj is really pretty too. Child, they could be sisters. We don't know. But this couple, God bless them, honey. Whew. And then lastly, we have Eric and Jessica. So they've been dating for 4 years and they are having trust issues. So when Eric and Jessica first met, they met on Instagram. Another slide in the DMs, y'all. Check your DMs. And at the time, Eric was in the NFL. Jessica was a baddie on Instagram. Apparently still is, because she is gorgeous, honey. And at the time, Eric was dating her and Jessica. And so as a result, Jessica don't really trust him as much as she should. And so Eric does not think they're ready for marriage, but Jessica thinks a ring will put a period on everything she worked for in the relationship. Child, not what you work for, child. Yeah, so those are our 3 couples, honey. They're very interesting. I'm excited for this season. Next scene, we have Dr. Nicole coming in. She talks about the process. At this point, now that they decided to do this whole experiment and to see if their love can stand the most egregious acts of betrayal or just flirting and going on dates, y'all. You know I'm dramatic. But she asked them to write on a piece of paper, like, what are their rules in this process? Like, what don't you want to see happen? And pretty much all of them said no touching, no kissing, nothing like that. And then Jessica emphasized no exchanging social media. Baby girl got a relationship PTSD, honey, from him being with all these women who he was probably sliding in their DMs, Instagram. Matter of fact, you could have an unread DM from Eric in your Instagram DM. So check them DMs, y'all. Apparently he was sliding in everybody's, and that's why she don't want nobody to have his information. Anyway. But then Dr. Nicole said, okay, that's cute. Now rip up your little papers, because there ain't no boundaries or rules this time around. So everybody is Shookington, as they should be, honey. So I'm assuming last season there were rules and boundaries, and they decided we need to amp up the drama, so we cutting that part of the show. Now Sean, he's worried because his insecurities from his past, and he says he's a lover. So what that means, sir? You don't have no control over yourself? And you are insecure that you might cheat on LaRonda? That's how I read that. But that might not be what he meant. But that's what I got from it. And so Darian thinks this process should apply enough pressure to make a diamond. Shut up, fool. Look. I like Darian. Don't get me wrong. I think he's hilarious. But who is you trying to fool, sir? You a whole mess out here. Then waited 14 years and they still ain't proposed to this woman. How much more pressure do your ass want? Sorry. And Alexia says she trusts the process, but Darian only to an extent. Honey. So Dr. Nicole tells the couples that the experiment starts today and the men are up first to go on their dates, honey. And so the women are like, what? And the men is like, oh, shoot. Girl, y'all know Darian is still stuck in the bankhead stages of hip-hop. Child, his old ass. Anyway, he ain't that much older than me, so I ain't gonna talk about him anyway. So first up, now we had in this order the men go on dates. First we have Eric. We show him. Then Darian, and then Sean. Now, I'm going to do Darian last, honey, because he gave all the things to talk about. So, first we got Eric. So, Eric is getting ready with his do-rag on, making sure his waves is tight. And so, with him getting ready, he kind of trying Jessica. He talking about, oh, maybe I should use this cologne. And, of course, it's a cologne that she bought him. And she like, all right, you little scallywag, don't play with me. And so Jessica said, you acting real cute. You got all this energy. Keep in mind that you setting the standard. So whatever you do, I'm going to do too, baby. And he, yeah, it's funny. But have you looked at your woman? Because she is gorgeous. And any man that's going on a date with her is going to try to snatch her up. So you might want to act right, man. They're still talking about how things are going to go. Then they get a little knock on the door. And it is his date, Shamara. So Shamara is really, really, really pretty. And says that she is dating and wants to find a husband. I said, well, ma'am, you're on the wrong show. Because these men are on the show because they can't commit. But good luck to you. And so Eric, he lets her in the house and tell her, girl, go on upstairs. He trifling because he knew that as soon as she hit that corner, it was going to be Jessica mean mugging her. Sure enough, Jessica was like, oh, so you just walking up at people's house? I said, I like Jessica. Now, she's sassy. Because Eric talking about, introduce yourself. She said, no. I said, I know that's right. And Shamara's sitting there looking uncomfortable like, okay. But then she tried to redeem herself when Jessica was like, honey, you only got one hour with Shorty, and then you need to come home. You got a curfew. And Eric is like, dang. He asked Shamara, you got a curfew? She like, no. I said, girl, don't let Jessica beat you up in their house. She got on her fighting clothes. Just take your little cute purplish outfit and go on out the door. So they go on their date, and as they walk in the restaurant, Eric taking little looks at her butt and all that, you know, typical man stuff. And so they talking, and Shamar's trying to figure out, you know, what's going on, why they going through this process. And Eric just talks about, you know, how he's not really ready to get married right now. They got some things they need to work through. And then ask Shamar, how does she feel about after a certain amount of time, a man being ready to propose. And she was like, I wouldn't really force a man to do all that. I just want a man to be honest with me. And Eric talks about how he don't think women can handle honesty. And then the date is cut short. She like, well, I need to get you home. She's looking a little feisty over there. Yeah, because she'll drop kick you in your back, ma'am. Don't play with Jessica, okay? And then so they get a little hug. She's talking about, you smell good. Girl, run for your life. Jessica's gonna beat you up. And then that's the end of their little date. You know, it was cute or whatever. And then so next, I'm gonna talk about Sean and Rachel. Like I said, I'm gonna leave Darian for the end. So Sean and Rachel go on their date. Before they meet up, Sean and LaRonda are talking, and she like, you know, where y'all going? So we're gonna go on a little nature hike. So okay, you gonna take your shirt off? I might if it's hot. Girl, if y'all gonna act like this, don't do the process. He might take his shirt off. And then when you go on the date next, take your shirt off. Tit for tat. Show them titties if he show his tats. That's all you gotta do anyway. And so she's like, I don't know about all this. And then they get a little ring on the door. And so they take off racing towards the door, which I thought was cute. I said, they gotta like to have a lot of fun as a couple. I'm here for it. And so first she was gonna open up the door. I said, now LaRonda, stop. And so Sean opens the door and it's Rachel. Now this part cracked me up, y'all. So they introduce themselves and Rachel is looking like, okay, this is awkward. And then so Sean going for the hug and LaRonda talking about, we do hugs, girl. I said, you know what? I like you too, LaRonda. Because you is a mess. Some of we do hugs. So, Cheryl, you sound like me. And then so Rachel, she says that she's looking for the Jay-Z to her Beyonce or a Jay-Z Beyonce type of love. Girl, did you not listen to Lemonade? I mean, do you really want a Jay-Z and Beyonce love? Child, we got to find some better couple goals, honey. I was relationship goals, Will and Jada, and child, she done messed around and had an entanglement. I ain't got time. So immediately when they showed Rachel, I said, this ain't Sean's type. She's a very pretty girl. Don't get me wrong. She's very pretty, but she ain't his type. I think he likes the really chocolatey sisters. And she looked like she may have been, you know, possibly biracial. We don't know. But I don't think she was physically his type, although she's a pretty girl. So they go on their cute little hike. And y'all, personally, I think a hike is a really good first date because it gives you opportunity to talk to the person. There's no like pressure and it's free. So, you know, Sean didn't have to spend no money. They just go on a cute little walk. I like it, okay? Just don't pick that to be the day that you tried natural deodorant for the first time because this is going to be your first and last date with that person because you're going to be funky, okay? But Sean didn't have to take his shirt off. All was well. And so he's talking to Rachel and she's just asking questions about, you know, the relationship. And then she asked Sean what his sign is. And he's like, I'm a Sagittarius. Oh, I'm a Leo. I said, okay, girl, Leo gang. And then immediately Sean says, Rachel might be too perfect. And I said, she's a Leo. Yeah, she is too perfect. I'm just playing, y'all. Don't be hating. But I thought that was strange that he said that. I don't know what else she would have said to him that made him think that she was almost too perfect. But that was kind of a weird thing for him to say. But yeah, y'all, that date was kind of boring. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the drama. Last but not least, we have Darian and Kai, honey. Drama. Okay. So Kai, first and foremost, thicker than a snicker, hella confident. Came in talking her stuff, you know, about how ain't no woman like her. She is one of a kind, yada, yada, yada. And I said automatically, baby girl's going to be trouble for Alexia. So Darian and Alexia are talking about their date. She like, you look a little too excited. And he like, nah, you know what I'm saying? A little country stuff. I love it. I love Darian. I think he's funny. Anyway. So Kai knocks on the door and Darian jumps up to go get it. And then so he opens the door. First he looks and he like, oh, look at her. I said, stop playing with Alexia before she stab you in your neck. So he opens the door, and first he shakes Kai's hand, which I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then y'all remember in the group session when they set the parameters for this whole process, Alexia made it very clear that she is a hugger and she don't want her man hugging nobody. So what does Darian do? Hugs Kai. I said, oh, you showing your ass, sir. And then so he brings Kai into the living room to meet Alexia. And Kai is like, oh, you're really pretty. Alexia's like, thank you. I said, damn, okay. And then so, you know, they're getting ready to leave. And then Alexia's like, so what do you do when he opened up the door? Y'all, Kai gonna say, oh, he just smiled and rubbed his arm. I said, oh, this bitch is a professional side chick. I'm sorry, Kai. I don't mean to call you a bitch. You know what I mean. This lady is a professional side chick. Girl, how you just gonna lie right out the gate? That blew my mind. Like she knew to lie. Oh, he just smiled. Didn't mention the handshake or the hug. I said, oh, she ain't new to this. She true to this, honey. So they leave, and Alexia watch him walk out the door. I said, girl, you better, because she liable to smack him on his ass while they walk into the car. Anyway, so they get to the restaurant. Honey, when they in the restaurant, before even the restaurant, they show them slow motion of them walking towards the restaurant, arms around each other. They get in the restaurant. They holding hands. I said, oh, no. Y'all too familiar for me. Y'all think they might know each other? Let me know in the comments below. Do y'all think Kai and Darian actually know each other? Ciao. I wouldn't be surprised if it come out later that they low-key always been messing around. I ain't gonna put that out there in the streets, but they too touchy right out the gate from me. So they sit down and talking, and Kai's being really flirtatious and, you know, just asking, you know, what's been going on. And Darian is just like feeling the vibe and really liking her. She being really flirty, telling him how pretty his smile is, all the other stuff. Darian brings up how him and Alexia kissed on their first date. And then Kai is like, well, if you feeling it, you think you would want to kiss me? And he was like, nah, you know, I hope not, or whatever. And Kai is like, well, this is your time to be free. Do you want to be free with me? I said, ma'am is a seductress. She got the Jezebel spirit. She is luring him. Child, I was ready to be free with her. I'm like, yes, girl. And I don't even like women like that. Child. I said, oh, Darian, Alexia, you in danger, girl. So they date in. And so we finally are done with our dates. So now we get to our beautiful recap of the dates. So before we get to the group session, which I loved, we see Darian, he make it back home and he just looking tired. Alexia is still sitting there like, I'm not moving from this spot. Ain't no telling what time it is, but she's still sitting there. He come in, she like, oh, you look like you about to be in trouble. I said, ooh. He's like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna be in trouble. I think so, sir. So then she asked how everything went, and he was like, better than I thought. And then he started talking about how a woman with breasts like that, you know, they normally don't talk like she do. They don't have a brain like she do. Normally they brain in their chest. And Alexia like, what? And he like, normally a lady with a behind like that, like an ass like that. Sir, I beg your pardon. She's like, did you kiss her? Let me finish. Sir, you sitting there talking about her titties and her ass. Get to the point. He talking about, see, you doing what she wouldn't do. Again, how the hell you know what this lady gonna do unless you sitting up here and you'd have known her before? Because I know you're not believing the conversation she had. And Alexia said, don't compare her to me. And she ain't wrong. Don't be comparing no woman to your woman. And so she get up and walk away because he acting a whole ass, and she go outside to cool off. And I don't blame her. She should have threw a damn shoe at his head before she left. Everybody meets back up with Dr. Nicole, and so she's asking him how the dates went. So she starts with Eric, and Eric is like, you know, it's one of the best conversations I've had in a while. And the only time I can have a conversation with her talking about Jessica like that is when she had a couple drinks. I said, oh, these men don't care nothing about embarrassing their women, child. And so he said, long story short, you know, I can say I still got it. and basically tried to imply that if he wanted to, he could have smashed Shamar. I said, you are trifling, sir. That's why I almost said something. I'm not going to be mean, y'all. And then so Jessica, you know, just kind of processing everything. And she's like, you know, if we don't make it past this process, you know, he was a hoe before we committed. He gonna be a hoe when we not together. And this is what I love about Dr. Nicole, because Dr. Nicole hit us with the hard-hitting psychology skills. She said, but why are you there and we're here? I said, come on, sis. Basically what she said is, why are you focused on what ain't even happened yet, and we're trying to work through the present to make sure that don't even happen? You focused on the wrong stuff. And so Jessica, you know, it looked like that kind of hurt a little bit. And then so Eric mentioned how he feels like Jessica operates in their relationship through fear. And so Jessica says she don't agree with that. And then so Dr. Nicole, again, hit us with some paraphrasing and reframing, okay, for my fellow mental health professionals out there. You know what that means. And Dr. Nicole said, you know, well, do you feel like in the present, his fixation is not on you and building a life with you, but on what he can smash? And she hit the nail on the head, y'all, because Jessica started tearing up and said yes. And Dr. Nicole said, oh, we're going to have some work to do. Because basically, and Eric kind of hit on the head too in his individual interview. He said, I feel like in our relationship, Jessica has a foundation of fear, and that is how she's navigating through our relationship. In order for me to feel like I'm ready for us to be married, she needs to start loving me and but loving what our relationship is for now and being happy in it, instead of working and being fearful and trying to stop me from moving on and leaving her to go smash or whatever. So I thought that was real interesting, and I love Dr. Nicole. Okay. And then so next she asked Sean how his day went, and he was like, you know, it was a good date or whatever, you know. And LaRonda admitted that she was jealous about Sean's date. And Sean said, you know, he's surprised because LaRonda doesn't show emotion. Ooh. I said, child, we seen a little kink in their little armor. I thought they were a little happy, little perfect couple, child. And then so Sean says, you know, Rachel was almost too perfect, and that's why he didn't want to go on a second date with her, because he doesn't want to jeopardize what him and LaRonda have. And LaRonda said, well, I would think that if somebody was that perfect, you should maybe want to see where that can go. I said, ooh. And he said, well, them are her words, not mine. And then LaRonda was like, well, you know, decisions can cause consequences. And Dr. Nicole said, now see, hold up now. Because see, now you seem like you come from a place of control. And when you say stuff like that, you might not mean it that way, but that's how it come off. And LaRonda was like, I said, ooh, chill. Let me find out Sean a little hoe in these streets. Talking about she a little too perfect, because he liked that girl. Even though I still physically don't think she was his type, but he liked whatever she was putting down, and he was afraid that he was going to take shit too far. Child, last but not least, we got Darian. Now, Darian, I kind of understand. I'm not going to say I understood where it came from, because I feel like he was doing the most. But he did say that the reason he was feeling Kai so much is because she kind of rekindled these feelings in him that he had for Alexia earlier on in their relationship. And, you know, he hadn't felt those feelings in a while. And Alexia was like, you know, well, if you show me a little bit more romance, I will give you a little bit more romance. But you can't ask for what you're not giving. And I said, she not wrong, honey. She not wrong. And then so Dr. Nicole was like, well, do you want to go on the second date with Kai, or do you want to go on a date with another woman? He was like, well, if y'all feel like a date is the best decision, sir, don't do that. And Dr. Nicole was like, nah, it's up to you. It's either A or B. What you want to do? He's like, I don't know if I can make a decision. Alexia's like, if he decides to go on a second date with this girl, this is going to change a lot for us in our relationship. But I'm also like, sis, this is what you signed up for. So you can't be mad if he develops a connection and goes on another date with this girl, because this is what y'all signed up for. You want to test your relationship to see if y'all was ready to be married. And that's what he doing. I mean, it might seem hurtful that Darian is going all in this process, but that's what you're supposed to do so you can get the most out of it. And I just hope that Alexia decides to go all in with the men that she goes on the dates with, but I highly doubt it. And I forgot to mention that Eric didn't want to go on the second date with Shamara, even though he could have smashed. So Darian didn't make a decision, but we see her in upcoming episodes. By her, I mean Kai. So it looks like this season is going to be spicy, y'all. Sean and LaRonda, I feel like they were giving us perfect couple vibes, and then little stuff started coming out here and there. And I think Sean might have a little hoe past himself, and LaRonda either maybe don't know about it, or she just wants to give this illusion of a perfect couple and doesn't want to address that. But I'm interested to see what issues come up about their relationship. But right out the gate, first episode, I feel like Sean and LaRonda are the strongest couple. I think Jessica got some stuff to process through her having to basically compete and work for Eric to get him just to be her boyfriend. And now she feel like now she got to start competing again for him to be her husband. And she just nervous that he gonna meet a girl that is going to, you know, spark that whole flame in him. He gonna cheat on her. And so it's gonna be interesting, y'all. And then Darian and Alexia, child, let's hope she don't get arrested by the end of the season, because he is showing his ass and it ain't but episode 1. So let me know in the comments below, y'all, if you have watched episode 1 of season 2 or put a ring on it. What you think about the couples? Who is your favorite couple? Who do you think is gonna make it past this? Who's gonna get a ring on it? Do you think any of the couples are gonna make it past this? Let me know, y'all. Let's get the conversation going in the comment section. Please be respectful. I'm the queen of block and hide from the channel. Okay, if you are rude, because I won't be rude to you, don't be rude to me, you know? And as always, y'all, like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. And again, if this is your first time at my channel, hello. Feel free to peruse while you're here. See any movie reviews or trailer reactions you want to look at, check them out. Subscribe, come back, and we will be talking about episode 2 next week. So thank you so much for y'all support, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Holla.
Hey, sister girl on films. Hey.